Hey Elena, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. I'm actually really looking forward to this week's episode, because it's bringing attention to Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, which is February. And I know we're at the end of it now, but never a bad time to bring attention to this very important topic.
Yeah, no, I'm also really excited that we're talking about this. For those of you guys who are listening to us, as Valentina mentioned, we are recording this on February 27th, so the end of February. Is this airing?
The 29th.
Okay, great. So this will be live still at the very end of Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. But we have a really special guest today who's actually going to be from one of our community partners, and she's going to join us in a little bit to talk about the importance of understanding what teen dating violence is. But before we welcome our guest today, we thought it would be nice to kind of talk about a history of what Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month is, and then let her, talk about what it really looks like. So really excited for today's interview.
Yeah.
So just to start with background, just in case anyone doesn't know, again, February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. This actually started back in 2005, which I did not know. I don't know if you knew that,
No,
Valentina.
I didn't know that either.
So it was actually highlighted in the reauthorization of VAWA, which is the Violence Against Women Act. And it really created a platform to talk about domestic violence and unhealthy relationships among teens, in addition to talking about comprehensive and cost-effective responses to domestic violence, intimate partner violence, sexual assault and dating violence, and stalking among adults as well. So this was a really 2005 was really when it was first highlighted.
Wow. And then I know that in 2007, the National Teen Dating Violence Hotline was established, which was a huge step. The National Domestic Violence Hotline, which if you're trying to reach them, you can reach them at 1-800-799-7233. They also have the option to chat with them on their website. So that's at www.thehotline.org. And you also can text them if you prefer. So you can text START to 88788. We're going to put all this information in the slides of the episodes as well, so you don't have to memorize anything. And the hotline also established Love is Respect, which is a very important initiative that engages, educates, and empowers youth. And in a safe and inclusive space, they're able to access information in an environment that's specifically designed for them, which is great.
Valentina, I think we've highlighted Love is Respect or highlighted the hotline, and I know it's on our web app, but I didn't think I realized that it was as recent as 2007.
Yeah, that's not very long ago at all.
And I know we're going to pass it on to our guest soon, but another thing I was really interested to learn about is that Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month and the advocacy for it and the history for it actually came from Texas. I just thought that was kind of interesting that, that's where all of this came from.
And I also know that 2007 was also an important year in Texas because the Texas House Bill 121 was passed, which mandated that schools adopt and implement a dating violence policy. And the friends of Carolyn Mosley, who was a 15-year-old girl that was stabbed to death by her former boyfriend in San Antonio, Texas, and of Elizabeth Crescent, I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, who was an 18-year-old high school student who was shot and killed in Southwest Austin, Texas, by her boyfriend, as well as Ray Ann Spence, who was a victim of teen dating violence herself, all testified in order to help this bill pass, which took, I can't even imagine the strength that took to do that, but obviously made a huge difference. And lastly, I just wanted to highlight that in 2010, Congress actually declared the entire month of February to be National Teen Dating Violence Awareness and Prevention Month. So that's why we're here. We really want to bring attention to this very important and sadly very prevalent issue. And with that, what do you think, Elena? Should we bring on our guest?
Yeah, let's bring her in.
Hello, this is Resource of the Week with SolanoConnex, Mental Health, Service Access, and You. My name is Valentina Kelly.
And I'm Elena Starr. And this week we are welcoming back one of our previous guests, Karenda Stinnett. She's the program director at SafeQuest Solano, and she is here joining us today for a special episode highlighting Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month for February. So, Karenda, thank you so much for joining us today. We're really happy you came back.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm really excited about this.
Great. Well, just to get people started off, I know you've been with us before, but just in case you have anyone new listening in, do you want to just tell us a little bit about maybe yourself and a little bit about SafeQuest?
Sure. So once again, my name is Karenda, and I'm the program director at SafeQuest Solano. We are your local domestic violence and sexual assault agency here in Solano County. Our office is in Fairfield, but our reach is beyond just the city of Fairfield into neighboring cities and even into neighboring counties. We are the ones who provide a 24-hour hotline for our domestic violence and sexual assault survivors. And we offer just a plethora of supportive and advocacy services.
I mean, you guys really do so much. I know we're talking about teen dating violence here today, and the importance because you guys work with youth, right? Like it's intimate partner violence, rape crisis, sexual violence, and you guys do prevention services, counseling services, I mean, like you guys do just so much for the whole county, it's pretty amazing.
Correct. And all of these services definitely extend to our youth and adolescents of Solano County as well.
Incredible work you guys do. And for our listeners, if you guys want to learn more, we do have a podcast that highlights all the services SafeQuest offers. We'll have their website in the chat and we'll link them to this. Definitely worth checking out. But I know that February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and we would really love to just learn more about it from you. Since you guys, you're the experts in this field, you work with this population, you're very involved with education and awareness. So could you tell us a little bit about Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month?
Yeah, so this month is highlighting teen dating violence. And the color of the month is orange. So each awareness month has a color associated with it. And so this month is orange. You can see, if you follow our social media, we're posting little tidbits of information here and there for teen dating violence as well. But the whole point behind the significance of this campaign of Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month is that it really plays this crucial role in shedding a light on such a pervasive issue. And it really helps to promote healthy relationship behaviors among our youth and adolescents. It raises awareness, and we can really help break that silence that surrounds teen dating violence and really help empower our youth to recognize and address abusive behaviors. And so that's kind of the idea of having an awareness month for teen dating violence.
And what are some of the signs that people or that youth could look out for that they might be, experiencing teen dating violence?
Yeah, so there's some warning signs that are very concerning with this age group. We tend to see a lot of like jealousy and possessiveness, that controlling behavior. We see a lot of isolation from friends, friend groups, even family. And so even that possessiveness and isolation that we see in adults also takes place in our teens. There's frequent arguments. We see some physical aggression sometimes, a lot of breaking of items. We tend to see like throwing of cell phones, breaking of private property. The stats you'll see really range. So according to the CDC, 1 in 11 females and approximately 1 in 15 male, and these are your high school age youth, report experiencing physical dating violence. And so they're reporting this act of aggression. And then about 1 in 9 female, they report, and these are your high school students as well, also report some sexual dating violence as well in there. And so those warning signs, just as you would see in adults, are also happening to our youth. And it's really concerning.
I mean, those are based off of reported numbers, right?
Correct. That's the whole issue here, is that these are just reported numbers. These aren't we're not getting the whole picture here.
I don't know if people realize how common this is.
Yeah, and teen dating violence, it also refers to not only that physical violence, but their sexual, psychological, emotional abuse. within a dating relationship. And what we're seeing a lot of as well is stalking and digital abuse as well. So it extends even into social media.
That seems like a whole new beast.
Yeah, with technology and social media, they really do. They're exacerbating what we're seeing in teen dating violence. A lot of cyberbullying and digital harassment, online stalking, even. There's just so many different avenues that teens are really fighting against right now.
Yeah. Do you guys have any advice or anything for parents who might be seeing these signs and maybe they don't know what to do or how to handle this?
It's really helpful if a parent or a guardian, teachers, any adult who is seeing this happen, it's really prudent for them to create a safe environment for these youth and adolescents, teenagers to come and talk to us as adults. And so I think the conversation, it does need to take place, but it's almost like you have to set up an environment in order for that conversation to be able to take place. And so a trusting environment, one where you're conveying nothing but unconditional positive regard. And so it's really hearing out what that teen is experiencing and validating their experiences as well, and then knowing what to do. And so there's several resources in our county that parents can reach out to. Of course, one of them being us here at SafeQuest. We can help navigate what can be done depending on the seriousness of the issue, what needs to happen. There's even legal options for teens who are 12 and older now.
Wow. And can teens call for themselves?
Yeah, they can. They can reach out there as long as they're 12 and older. They have the legal right to make some legal decisions for themselves, such as asking for a restraining order. They can also reach out through our 24-hour hotline to be able to talk to somebody, not only for like a crisis intervention, a little bit of what we call peer counseling, but just like a little check-in. And if they need further resources, we have those available to be able to link them with.
I know we've kind of talked about, like what somebody could expect from calling. So it sounds like people really of all ages can call in if they need support, right? Is that
Correct?
awesome?
That's the message we want to be able to send. You're able to call this one number. We can provide you those resources, that advocacy, and that support that you would need.
If someone was interested in just like having a little bit more information on all the different services that you provide, is your website the best way, or is there another way that would be best in addition to, you can always call you as well?
Yeah, if you navigate over to our website, everything is there. It lists our services on the tabs, how to contact us. We have our 24/7 hotline, as well as we have an office location set up by appointment, and they can call that office number that's listed there as well. And we would love to have that conversation. I think the idea, not only to be able to provide the services and support that's needed, but also it's important for us to empower the teens and to help them speak up against teen dating violence and to seek support from those trusted adults and friends or resources like, if not us, there's other hotlines, there's other counseling services, but it's extremely vital for them to be comfortable enough to reach out. And just, I think all the agencies across this county and beyond, our goal is to really provide that safe and supportive environment so we can help the survivors of teen dating violence really start to heal and reclaim their formative years. Basically, these are so important.
Yeah.
I know we had this conversation before where these red flags are essential for teens to be able to recognize, not only for themselves, but for others as well. We can get into a whole other conversation about bystander intervention.
Yeah.
But it's not only important for them to recognize the signs for themselves, but for others as well. They can help teach each other about healthy relationships and the dynamics, help each other to really empower them to assert their boundaries and be comfortable in expressing those boundaries. It's very crucial in preventing teen dating violence as well. And so anybody can feel free to reach out to us. not only for support to have conversations. If any other agency out there would like to learn more, we're definitely here to help everybody learn.
I think that's the important thing, right? Because if you don't know, it's hard to engage, it's hard to interact, it's hard to support people. Sorry, what I think I cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. I think what we're really trying to address here is we want them to have just this future free of as many problems as possible. There's so many problems facing teens right now in our times. And so, we were having this discussion about how teen dating violence really, it could lead to other sort of risky behaviors, substance abuse. They can suffer from depression, anxiety, and all these other really long-term negative effects. Not only impacts their self-esteem, but their emotional well-being. And so the earlier we can intervene and provide that support, the better.
Yeah. I think what you just mentioned, Karenda, is so important because I think there are, a lot of people who are like, well, it's not my relationship. I shouldn't get involved. Why should I get involved? And so maybe you could touch about like why it's important to help support people if you recognize the signs.
Yeah, and it's domestic violence, intimate partner violence, teen dating violence, sexual violence. It's a community issue. It's not just a personal matter. It's not just a family matter. It's so far reaching that it even impacts us at a community level. And we ask that if you see something, say something. How many times have we heard that motto? It applies to so many different situations, even if you see like a little crime being committed. But like you said, so many people are very hesitant to speak up. They do not want to get involved, whether it's cultural, for their own safety. But it's really important to really recognize a lot of these red flags. There's so many other ways of like reaching out to collecting resources for a person, or simply just learning more about how to keep yourself and your community safe is an act of bystander intervention. The more you learn, the more resources you collect. You can really act as, a champion against violence in your community. But I understand the hesitation sometimes. I really do. It's a dangerous world that we live in. But if we can help equip people, maybe that can increase their confidence. And so if they do see something, maybe they'll be more prepared to say something and they'll feel more confident in saying something.
Absolutely. I also wanted to give you an opportunity. Was there anything that we didn't give you a chance to touch on that you wanted to add, or that you wanted to elaborate on?
We covered quite a bit. I just wanted to just take a moment to ask individuals in the community to really help us take action to end teen dating violence. And we use that word end because we're trying to be hopeful here. So what they can do to help is spread awareness, support survivors in your community, learn your resources, advocate for policies and programs as well. Like we're facing some really deep funding cuts coming up. And so it really helps to have community support for these resources that address teen dating violence. And then to also promote healthy relationship norms is a huge one. We are role models for this younger population. So we need to really offer what it looks like to live in a relationship that is healthy and with healthy boundaries. And we can really work together as a community to create more of a culture of respect and equality and just really safety for the teens of our population, of our community.
That's great. I'm so glad I'm so glad you said everything you said, but I'm glad you kind of touched up on what a healthy relationship could look like as well.
Mhm.
I think sometimes we always focus on like the warning signs is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, but it's great that you guys are also talking about, what a healthy relationship could look like and can
Yeah.
look like. And do you guys have any, I know this is mid-February, we're recording on Valentine's Day. So
Happy Valentine's Day.
happy Valentine's Day, halfway through the month. Perfect day to talk about relationships.
Mhm.
But do you guys have any events coming up that you want to highlight or any ways that people can specifically be involved?
Yeah, so We are heading into some more awareness months, and so April is the next one. We'll see. We don't have anything specific on calendar. We usually do have a larger event. There's one in the works. We just don't have a date time set yet. But that's usually a month where we're doing several different events. And so I just ask that everybody keeps an eye on our social media. We just had a couple little events pass by, but coming up is going to be pretty busy as well. So just keep an eye on our website and our social media, and we will definitely make some announcements here shortly.
And just to wrap this up, we wanted to ask you what your favorite self-care technique is.
Okay, so it changed from last time. So my favorite self-care technique right now is going and borrowing my mom's dog and just playing with him. He cracks me up. You know, animals just show the best like love, and it's so unconditional. Great exercise, makes me laugh. So that's kind of my favorite thing to do right now. I just have cats, and you know how cats are. So anytime I just need a little extra self-care and just kindness, I go and borrow her dog.
Oh gosh. We have to hear now that you said dog. We're such animal people.
Uh-huh.
What kind of dog and what kind of cats do you have?
Okay, so Gus is a Chiweenie, and I believe he's 8 years old now. He looks like a little potato. Um, and then my cats, I have a big orange dude named Sebastian, and then 2 calicos named Olivia and Lily.
Oh,
Yeah, my little buddies. Yep.
that's so cute. That's so sweet. Great names too.
Thank you.
Yeah, and again, we're so happy, Karenda, that you took the time out. We know that you guys are just so busy, and so we're just really thankful that you took the time out, especially in the middle of Teen Dating Violence Awareness
Oh,
Month.
yeah,
to
we
talk to us, so.
appreciate, yeah, no, we appreciate you greatly. So thank you.
And just to end the episode, we just want to remind you all that if you're looking for other mental or emotional health resources and services, you can visit SolanoConnex.org. And we will also put all the information for SafeQuest in the slides for this episode, so that you can have that information as well. But yes, thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you.